Hello. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone the world you all are. It's your Blue Archive Gacha Whale, I'm a Musume Fish, beginner artist self-proclaimed, and your boy Tosanyo. Welcome to the art stream. For today I will be doing fan art, and with that it's like from a member of Hololive, or like Holo Staff, to be more precisely. My current goal is like today's stream is like part of like a kind of routine slash goal, you know, that I'll try like every single week, but also like including with the goal that I want to draw every Hololive Holo member, Holo Stars, like Holo Pro member in general, you know, Holo member I would like say in short. And since Holo Pros are growing and there are also like more members like every now and then, I would like to say. And we got like recently, besides Kimichiro, a new announcer. They have like their own channel like HoloAN, HoloAN. There's also like Hanazono Sayaka, who's like a new addition there, and he's pretty cute. Really like innocent seeming, like kind of like wanting to protect her, you know. And yeah, I guess like I want to draw like to have like something. There were like a few clips. I remember like the one where that was like about 2 or 3 minutes long, and there was like also, it like kind of like shows like some different parts on like introduction, like some of the news she should like announce, and then where she had like somewhat of a sing along, you know, from like the Reclass girls, like where they had like a kind of performance. And she would like go along with like easy breezy, okie dokie, and I don't know, it was like super cute, and like listening to them, you know. Like when like the actual stream, you know, you will have no English help there, like from the clippers, you know, like who do subtitles and everything there. But still, even if you have the language barrier, if you enjoy what you listen to, you know, like your body will know what's up, you know. Then yeah, you will like it, you know, like I like it at the very least. And the thing is, like with announcer, you know, like with news reporters and everything, you know, they are speaking Japanese perfectly, you know. So there's like no really a hiccup or like some or like some kind of accent, you know. They speak like clearly, you know, like in a formal kind of way, like how news reporters would like do it, or like the radio, you know. And it's like actually pretty practical for like learning, I would like say. Like when I listen to the announcers, you know, Michiru and like Sayaka, I can understand everything, you know, like what's up. And so once it goes like to Zatsuda modes, it depends, you know, but the thing is like they can like do a religion with like the way they laugh, the way they sound, you know. It's like, I don't know, they find like the right kind of people. It's not only like the voice alone, but also like the right personality behind it. And that's also like piloting the anime avatar, you know. It's like, yeah, I think they got me. So like part of like my YouTube watching routine, it's like also like, yeah, I'm watching like those I'm watching HoloAN, you know. I think like they call them not announcer, they call them like Anna, you know, but they go like for the short form, like how a lot of Japanese people like do. But also like Anna in Japanese can mean whole, you know. And there was like in Gintama, for example, this joke of like, oh, Ketsu no Ana, and we're like Hana no Ana, you know. And Gin-san always like loved to watch Ketsu no Ana, but dislike watching Hana no Ana. Hana means like for nose, you know, and Ketsu stands like for, you know, the ass. And then if you get like what I meant like with what Ana means, then yeah, that's why Gin-san likes the other one, right? Then yeah. But it's just like one thing I kind of remembered, like nothing that came up my Anki, but I remembered like yeah, from watching anime, oh, this vocab means this word, you know. And then yeah, you can like make your context out of you can like do like this, you know, to do the translating. Anime actually practical in like learning Japanese. It's like not as effective, but it's usable, you know. I mean, like there are like Yofi, for example, who kind of like, you know, taught like how she learned Japanese, and was like, okay, and also English. I watch anime with subtitles, you know, Japanese dub, English subtitles, and then oh, you know, and yeah, this way you can like kind of learn, you know. You also have to learn the vocab, but if like new words gonna come in, then yeah, that is like how it like anchors, you know. It's like stays in your brain, more or less. It's like not like the way like that some YouTube videos, you know, who like 10 tips to like learn Japanese, 5 things to avoid, and so I kind of suggest, but there are like really many ways to do that. And yeah, that's like one of the reasons like why I watch HoloAN. But man, it makes me feel blessed if I like listen to Sayaka, Hanazono Sayaka. Hers is like every Tuesday, I think. Let me check. And Michiyo's is like every Thursday. They like rotate like that, like with their schedule. HoloAN. HoloAN room. Yeah. Yeah, it is tomorrow with like Michiru. I say like Thursday, but it's like, yeah, like for the west, the far west, you know. Yeah, so like every Friday. I think like, yeah, Kyobi is like every Tuesday. Hanazona Sayaka. And then what was Friday? Kinyobi? Not really sure. Mokoyobi is like Thursday, that's what I remember. But yeah. Hello, Dandy's World Nerd. Hello Dandy, welcome to the art stream. For today I'm here drawing Hanazona Sayaka from the new Holo Staff, HoloAN room. They're like announcers there and like report like some worthy like kind of news like for the Hololive fans there. Welcome. I said like Hololive fans, but it's like Holo Stars, Hololive, Hololive Reclass, Indonesia, English, you know, they do like this kind of thing. And I found them like pretty cute. Like Sayaka-chan. And then Michiru. And we can like do a religion out with those noises they like do. Kinda feels my heart. It's like you know, we have like also already Nakirium, you know, but they could be like, I don't know. We have like with Izuki Michiru, Michirium. Yeah, not really sure like if they like invented that term already, but I like see about that. IDK who that? Well, if you don't know, then now you know. I introduced them more or less like with just words. But yeah, at the same time, the thumbnail is not like telling a lot since like a black silhouette, you know. But if you know, then you know. If you don't know, it's also like fine. Let me see if I can like kinda capture the energy. The thing is like Sayaka then is being like portrayed as like pretty cute, or like she appears like really cute to my ears. But if I think like if she has like a hidden side, like a dorky side, then I think like it gotta be maybe like, yeah, she the boss also. Like with office ladies, you know. Or else. There was like this meme around, you know. Like which way was that man when it's like some kind of Tinder pimp up hot pants model or so, and then to the other side there's like a Japanese office lady, you know, some random Japanese office lady. It was like one who would look like pretty smug, you know. And from this Japanese office lady, there are like a lot of memes. So because the energy just like from the photo, you know, was just like very ambiguous. This office lady is like Sao, Araki Sao, also somewhere around the end of like the 20s, you know, but pretty like based like how she like received like the news on like that she became a meme and so, and turns out she can also speak pretty good English. It's like kind of, I don't know, like it's like kind of shows she visited college, she was at the university, she had like this kind of course and this like this kind of vocab that you like use and with this kind of pronunciation, you know. It's like not like fluent-ish, you know, but she can speak it and kind of introduce herself so on her YouTube channel. Pretty like cool. And I think like I want like to see more of this trend of like OLs, you know, Japanese office ladies as well. Like it's already like arrived to like Hololive Japan, you know, but already like, you know, putting that into action, you know, like this kind of concept, it works already. And I would be like happy if they like get that 2D, live 2Ds, you know, like Michiru and like Hanazono Sayaka. The news weren't like so public, you know. If you like only watch like HoloAN, then you probably don't know anything about, or not much about like JP side, but sometimes maybe like via the EN members. But the thing is like if you watch HoloAN, you know, you like watch Hololive stuff, you know, like streams, but also sometimes you get clips, and if you start watching clips, my throat. If you start watching clips, it's the I need some water. I think later. But yeah, if you're still watching clips, you know, if you keep watching clips, then at some point you're gonna algorithms like, oh, you're like watching this whole life stuff with VTubers. Here are some other suggestions, you know. And then at some point you get like stuff from like JP's side, you know, like Picorap, Ubuki, Marine, you know, and you get like those channels like suggested, and then they at some point they cover like things like the Hololive stuff, you know. It's like only like within the same day or like with a 1 day delay, you know, where like, oh, they got like new Holo stuff. They got a new member there, new addition to the stuff, you know, since like Nodoka-san graduated like this year, and then like, you know, a little bit longer ago, like A-chan, and then they, you know, have like announcers. What's that about? And it's like a pretty nice idea, you know. Since the thing is like Kyoko, for example, you know, if you're like are familiar with her, she was like responsible for like the Asakoko, you know, and this was like pretty nice. It's kind of like shared news about the what's like going on, like roughly in like some other HoloMem streams, you know, and broke it like down in a very funny and entertaining way. And also like promoted her like how knockoff merch, you know, like with the Asakoko brief-in version, you know, it's like drugs kind of. And it was like pretty nice thing, you know, and seeing this like a more serious kind of way, like with Holo stuff, like announcing like merch and like some kind of other trivia, you know, it's like kind of nice, and those announcers are pretty cute. Your art style. If very adorable. Keep it up. I read it like how it's like was there. Hello, date light for double. That just looks like that. Double T? No, it really looks like that. Okay. Thank you for that comment and welcome to the art stream. Trying like Hanazono Sayaka, new addition to the HoloAN room, Hololive Staff. Welcome, welcome. What do you like about my art? So for now, it's like my first time drawing here, so I will like sketch like a little bit here and there, go like dirty, and then like maybe try to like clean up like later on a little bit. But yeah, compared to like what Asakoko like did, you know, like what wasn't Asakoko, you know. HoloAN room's like pretty different from like its vibes, you know. It's like pretty like cute and wholesome. From like Michiru, it is like kind of her love, you know. Ihihi-chan, Ihihi-chan, you know, they would like call her. But like for Hanazona Sayaka, Sayaka-chan, it's like, I don't know. It's like pretty cute. It's like as if your daughter, I don't know, is like there, or like I say like daughter, but you know, like someone you want to protect is like going like up on the podium, you know, with a mic and in front of a big audience, and they're trying their best and gambare, you know. Hey, you have to answer my question first, Day. Like, what do you like about my art style if you're like complimenting it for now, you know? Do that and I can answer yours. Give and take, you know? You don't get anything like gifted in life except like life itself, but you can take it anytime. I hate sometimes like how grammar works, you know? I give you life, okay, I take my life. But taking your life does mean you end your life, right? Yeah. You accept life is like the right kind of term, right? To like kind of bypass it. I accept my life, not take my life, right? Sometimes I hate like how it works. Like in German it's like the same kind of issue, you know? It's cute, I love how lively they are. Fantastic. Lively they can be if I like put effort in there. Like I'm glad that like the recent results, at least the samples you like see to the left side, you know, if you don't really know what to expect, this like what you can expect takes like about 2 to 3 hours on average, but I'm pretty fast, can take about less than 2 hours, maybe in 1 hour I'm done. But since it's like my first time drawing her, I'm gonna take my time a little bit and just relax and yap like while I'm like on like this process. So you can like feel free to like keep in the background, you know, listen to my yapping, and yeah. About your question, Yago, you know, where is he finding them? I don't know. But I think maybe the idea was like floating in the air, you know. It's like Asakoko was like pretty popular. When Moko-chan did like tried her own spin, this was pretty good, like Asamoko. Achama did tried it like during the same year, like Coco did graduated, you know. She kept it like up for a bit. And like the meme review, not that. Ame did that. Ame did like the Asakoko more or less. And Hachama did the meme review, or shitpost review, yes. But I couldn't like really clear it up, and Ame did first example did something like, man, doing all the research is super hard. I heads off to like Coco, you know, something like that. I remember. It's pretty hard to do. So if they have like their own team, like the Staff Son, you know, yeah, it's worked a lot better, right? It's like the kind of history I know since I like watched Hololive since 2019. Yes. I think like started off like with Kizuna Ai. From there, I watched like some other JP VTubers, you know. And I was like really into Toho at this point, and I got like recommendations, you know, like with Hosho Marin, who's like a pretty cultured in this area, like regarding all her knowledge and like voice actors and everything, like music pieces. She has like a lot of knowledge there, and yeah, that's like how I kind of found it, and could be like the first person who was responsible for, you know, getting the whole life Biyoshi, or is this like later on? It's like kind of like hard to like say, you know, your favorite. I had like my favorites, you know, but they all graduated, you know, so yeah. Like I liked Ame, you know, Shima Oshi, you know, we had all this, we have all these things was like where we like kind of cry, shouting out loud, you know, like those otakus, you know, in the crowd, you know, with like the lighting sticks and be like, Ame, you know, something like that. But I think like I kind of get the vibes, you know. When Ame Doko, man, oh I miss Ame, you know, and it's kind of like that. But she has really done a lot of stuff, I must like say. She innovated like a lot of things that is like the Ian sphere, you know. Even like some gacha games, when they like do live stream schedule, they like the influence of Amelia Watson is just like there. Even like after she stopped her streaming activities, the influence is like still out there, and it's fantastic, you know. I'm so happy when I saw in Zeta's birthday stream. Oh yeah, isn't that Amiya Watson, the announcer from Paladins? Holy crap! How did she got her in there? I kind of like how the audience like also like responding there, like really loyal and really supporting as well. Like I got like notification from the Amiya Watson Discord, you know, when she was like, oh, come in here, Ami is in there, you know, and when they were so excited they messed up that, oh, it's like the wrong channel, you know, but it just like shows that, you know, that's like really dedicated, you know, with them. Like every kind of fan base has like something unique about them. I'm so happy when I saw Zeta's birthday stream. I kind of read it in my mind, but not really reading out loud, I think. Maybe it's the second time, not really sure, but it's like pretty nice. But I don't know who's like the most freakiest, you know, who's the most freakiest, like from the EN, like the myth fan base. Not really sure. Like I would say KFP is like pretty loyal, you know. Some would like say if Wawa would say the word, they're gonna go like on world tour free for her or something like that. They support each other and everything, but if it's like, man, I'm kind of scared of this fan base, or they're like kind of freaky, you know. Not really sure. Ina's fanbase seems chill, but at the same time, when there was like this thing of like Ina's backshot, you know? Not backshot, like when she showed her back for like one frame, like in a 3D, when she was like spinning around, and there was like the neuron activation thing, or something like that. Europeans. I do remember like, still like with the thing of like Takamori, you know? And then like, the kind of gimmick from Wawa was like, you know, that she was like to attach like Kali, you know, and then she had like this kind of Kusotori kind of thing. But nowadays they don't do that anymore. But it was like, you know, they grow up and they evolve, you know, improve their content. But like, you know, like I still remember like those kind of things, and it was like kind of like nice, you know. Yeah, sadly. Oh yeah, sadly. You ship them, Europeans. Yeah. But I kinda like it like when they started out. I watched like a lot of streams like during the 20,000s of like 2020s, yeah, 2010s, like a lot of those. I think like nearly all of them. And then afterwards, I think like mid 2021 I started like applying for a job because I kind of wanted to support Myth, and then from there on it gets like I watch like less and less. But I can like tell you a lot of like things what happened back in the days. If you would like just ask, if you ask me the question, be like, yeah, if there's like some kind of, I don't think of like you know, the millionaire thing, you know, and they do like VTuber questions. Oh man, we have an advantage. Kali has a new orange. GG? Yeah. I remember like things like League of Legends, you know, something like that. That GG is like trying to recruit her, you know, to a play session, you know, something like that. And Kali, I know like roughly from memory, like from back in the days, she has like a lot of people don't like playing League, you know. And her advice is like, yeah, don't pick it up in the first place, kind of. For my case, for example, with League, I only like played the tutorial when I didn't really understood, you know, like win conditions and stuff. And then yeah, I just left it at that. And also I played it like on a crappy laptop, so the quality, like the playability was like not the most pleasant one, so I kind of was like, whatever, you know. They're like more fun games that actually like work on my crappy laptop, you know. Oops, gotta do something really quick, be right back. No worries, I don't really mind lurking, you know. Even if there is potentially no audience, I'm gonna keep yapping anyways. When you have like, you know, at very least like in the VOD, it's like something nice to like see. Maybe like see I say, but I would like say here, you know. Like I don't go into like the thing and then there's like silence and then okay, just gonna skip to the end and see the complete artwork. That's like what art streams are, right? But actually for my case, I put myself out there more or less. Like can't be silent. Actually it can be like hard to be silent, and there are a lot of things on my mind that I have to like let out every now and then. It's like this kind of thing, you know, like when someone has like us, you know, when we have like cola bottle, you know, we shake that, you know. And it starts like fizzling and everything, you know. And if you like open like the bottle, when it like explodes, that's like psh, you know. Let's say my kind of yapping thing is like somewhat similar to like cola bottle. Sometimes if I'm like really locked in, like really focused on a task, then I'm gonna talk less, but usually if I'm like relaxed like that, let me talk every now and then, you know. I think the most I can be like silent about 2 minutes, I think, is a rare form for like Satsudans. At the very least, it's not really a rule, but it's like something I heard like from Vespa, Crampire, Noah Oji, like how Axel would like say. Like his name was like Vespa Noir, right? And when the Japanese are gonna pronounce the name, you know, Noir, it's gonna be like Nova, you know? Like in the katakana. Nova. Since they can't like pronounce the Noir, like the N-O-I-R, you know, like smoothly. Noah Oji. And Oji means like something like uncle or like grandpa, you know. So like grandpa Noah, something like that. And JP people tend to like do like nicknames like that. Or like shorten things like something in that kind of sense. Like, for example, like Gorgura, you know? We can say that. But they don't really do that, you know? They're gonna go like for nickname like Same-chan, since it sounds more cuter, you know? There could also be Gura-chan, but I think like Same-chan sounds like rolls better off the tongue, you know? And sounds cuter. So they are like Same-chan. Even like Coco was like Same-chan, you know? Not like while she was active. Not like Gura, you know. But when they're like face to face, or like when they're like collab with each other, talk to each other, probably it's gonna be like that. That you know, gonna call them by name. Yeah, not gonna try the fingers. But you know, I kind of like the idea of like coming back to the topic of like throwing HoloAN members, you know, HoloAN, the HoloLive announcer. They have a nice voice, you know. They read off the script perfectly. They speak the perfect Japanese, you know, and then you can understand everything that they say. If you like try to like learn Japanese, like the vocab the pronunciation is like clear, and then you can actually like use that, you know, for this kind of purpose of like listening and like learning. Like I do understand everything they say, and they would like also like do okay, they show like the thing on the screen and then like talk about that. It's like easy to follow. But even if I like turn off the screen, like, you know, if I'm like at work or so and like do like the audio learning, you know, like only with that, not the visuals, it still like works out. But man, it does like help if you like can like see the chat, for example, as well. But yeah, things like chat goes like pretty fast, and what can I focus more, like the clear pronunciation of the cute reporter, cute announcer, or like you know, whatever's like coming into chat and it's like pretty so fast, you know. And then yeah, probably we're gonna listen to cute anime girl, you know, and then yeah, we are like that here. But I do like think, you know, we have like some really nice voices like in the male sphere, you know, at least like Ian, for example. And example, you know, Shinri, you know. If there's like a EN side for like announcer, you know, I do think like someone like Shinri would like be pretty good fit there. Maybe like Altair, you know, since his voice is like pretty clean. There are also like the voice actor wannabes. I said like wannabes, you know, they didn't actually voice act in anything official yet, but like Flayon and like Flayon, Gerard, Liz, so like Herb, you know, Uncle Herb, Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame. Yeah. Potentially I could do too, but just like the natural voice doesn't like really fit that kind of announcer vibe, right? Or like news reporter, so like, you know, who are like on the TV and be like reporting like the weather or like recent news, you know. They should have the potential, you know, if they like lock into that role, but just like for natural vibes, natural voice, no, so that doesn't like feel off, you know, not that like skinwalking, like, you know, I'm like a print proper guy, and then like when they're off stream, they're gonna be like, you know, the Kremlin speed, you know. Like, I can imagine that, like, Leon can be pretty calm, but from what I remember, it's like always he breaks like this kind of calm, collected pilot guy, or like, you know, like this twink, and then he's just going crazy like yandere mode or so like some people would like say. And Gerard is already chaotic, you know. And Herb, she's base, but also I think she has like her moments, you know. I can't watch like much of everyone, you know. They multiply, you know. Like back in days when it was only Myth, I was able to like follow, you know. I was able to follow, and when there came like Council. They were back in the days like Council, not Promise, you know, Hololive Council, and it became like more and more of a challenge. And also I had like the full-time job, you know, I looked like for a job and everything, you know, earn money, because I kind of want to support them, like membership-wise and everything, like Super Chat. But yeah, juggling like a real life job and then like trying to watch all Hololive members is hard, since you have like to sacrifice a lot of your own free time, you know, like let's say like playing games, you know, like currently we have like Silksong, Expedition 33, like the Game Awards stuff, you know. There's also like Uma Musume, Pretty Derby, the horse racing game, and yeah, you probably have to sacrifice those things, plus like anime watching if you wanna watch them, and then the only time you can like maybe watch new stuff is like, oh, watch along of a movie or like anime, you know. And yeah, sometimes the memberships can be like pretty nice, since they only like do, for example, like watch alongs on like the membership. I was like able to like watch with Ame, like Madoka Magica, like something like that. I always wanted to watch that, and then oh, they do watch along, let's do together fair, you know, and it was pretty nice. I watched like School Days with like Gerard, kind of, on his membership as well. And man, I think this is really a show that you shouldn't, it's like better to watch like with someone, you know. Like, not that it's like spooky or anything, but it's just like, yeah, when you watch like a trash show, then it's like all the more entertaining if you like watch it with someone together. But to be honest, School Days was not really that trash. The animations are like better than One Punch Man. One Punch Man Season 3. But I mean, it's like not really a high bar to beat, right? But man, like back in the days, it really was like quite something. Do you know like School Days is like based off an eroge, right? But there's also like things like Yosuga no Sora, you know, like the Wincest thing. And man, the animations, they are also like quite good. You know, like the thing like frame by frame that is actually movement, by the way. You know, not that they have like about 30 seconds like a still frame, you know, they actually move, you know. They're like on a bike and then they do like a turn around or so, and then hey, everything is fluid, everything moves, and holy crap, that's so good. And then Sakuga, like in the action show, you know, there's not even movement. It's like kind of weird, you know. At the very least, you know, even if there's not much movement, you can like do something with the pacing, you know. Make the illusion of like that it actually moves, but actually doesn't move, you know. Like, I saw like something on Twitter also. On the For You page also, and then they'd be like, oh man, I can't believe the animation of this is like quite insane. It was like volleyball also. It was like with Saber, Shiro, Archer, and like Lanza playing volleyball also. And actually, at first Lanza was like cool, you know, the animations are actually good, but then someone in the comments was like, nah, actually it's only like about 5 seconds like animation, the rest are like still frames, but they added like some effects, you know, to make it look like it moves, and yeah, it just works. And yeah, it's like something about the pacing, about the art direction, you know, that it really looks like some sort of movement. There was like also like some, the same person also pointed out, by the way, when Lanza passed Archer the ball, it's like goes over to like you know, frame animation scene, you know, where Archer jumps up and then strikes the ball, but actually the ball is not there, you know, he just like strikes air, but still like works, you know, because the art direction of flow is just like pretty good. And then looking at One Punch Man, for example, I guess this might be a mix of, you know, there were like there's like one really good animator there, but just like the overall pacing ruins it, you know. Ruins like the godlike animations, keyframes and everything they like did there. So yeah, I'm back. Hello, back with double C. I'm Tosan. I'm streaming here, doing art. Welcome, welcome. I talked like about things like art and like animation stuff. I think what led me there was suppose like me watching anime and that I lose like free time when I like sacrifice all my time watching Hololive also. There was like, you know, I told you like, if you like remember, that I like watched during 2019, 2020, mid 2021. I watched like a lot of like Hololive, but when I decided to pick up a job, you know, because I want to support them. But yeah, from there on it got like more difficult to like watch everyone, you know, like follow everyone, since HoloAN would also get like Hololive Council, you know, they call like Promise Now, and now there are only like 2 of them, Crony and like Bay, and also maybe Iris, you know, but then it became like more and more, man, it's just like kind of hard to catch up with everything. And then if you like wanna do that, you have like to sacrifice your own free time. Like currently things we have like something with the Game Awards, you know, like Silksong, or like Hollow Knight Silksong, Mega Bonk, like notable title Expedition 33, or like indie titles by the way. Wanna play that, you know, but then yeah, I still have to watch everyone, and then maybe if you want to watch anime, you know, also have to like to put in the bag, and only like when there's time for like watch along, okay, now I can watch anime too, you know. I don't like know how like hardcore fans do that, you know. Maybe they have like only one Oshi, you know, but then they're like things like Darede Mudaisuke, you know, like the guys who like support everyone. How do they do that, you know? I think the healthiest way is just to limit yourself to one, but sometimes you are like really fair and be like, actually everyone is like goated, you know, I want to support everyone, but you have only so much time, you have only one body, you can only earn so much money like from a part-time or like full-time job, you know. If you will combine like, okay, I do a full-time job and I do one part-time job, but at the same time you have to be like ready when like your Oshi wants to stream, you know, and then it's like also you know, it's like hard to keep up, I suppose. And sometimes I like see like on the Twitter feeds, you know, what I do to like support my Oshi, when they're like, I don't know, like some wood chopper, you know, and then or like some painter or so, like they paint like whole walls, and then like they do a photo of their lower shot, like their lower body, and then it's like full in color, you know, or like full of like dirt from like the work, and yeah, it's like some really dirty work, so like a blue collar job, you know. But the thing is, like, someone has like to do those jobs, you know. Not everyone has like the education or like the talent or everything, or like the luck to get into a white collar job that's like pays pretty well, you know. So there's like some dedication, you know, like I do like see there. For my part, you know, like I do what I can. Like if you can't like put in the effort to like pay money, or you're like low on money, and then you like, you know, have to use on yourself, maybe you can, you know, what most people can do is like, okay, I leave a like, I am present in the chat, you know, I am subscribed, you know, for the algorithm. But what you can also do is like fan art, or like do some other fan creation, you know, like drawing wise, music wise, animation wise. There are like many ways what you can do there. Even cosplay is like pretty good there. Some people like some VTubers, you know, and they go be like, oh man, I want like someone to cosplay me, you know, and then, you know, wish granted. Here you go, you know, something like that. I think like, I don't know like who said that, but like I think like one Holo Stars, maybe like some of more armors. Like Gerard maybe, but not really remember anymore. But I do like, you know, like for example, like that Haka is like Holo Stars, Tempest Vanguard. He mostly the shout outs like the cosplayers, you know, like when he talks like about it, and then I really like your design, I want to cosplay you, but man, your hair is so hard to replicate. And he's like, yeah, I know. And yeah, something like that. He like acknowledges like the existence of that, like something like that, something like that. It could also be the corporate way, but you know, every now and then it like tune into it, you know, like listening to like some Zatsudans. This like where I get like the news, where I get like to experience that from them. Every little bit of thing, and for some reason like sticks in my mind. I remember. And I think like the memory is like a pretty nice thing to have. You never know when like the channel gets terminated, when everything from the channel gets wiped. So have like some backup in your mind, and maybe like on your driver as well. At the very least, I can like rest assured that Ame, you know, her stuff is like, you know, archive, you know, that stays there. Like regarding membership already, I really do appreciate it when they like do like something of a notice, you know, like on this date her membership will end, you know, something like that, and then you have like until this much time to like, you know, save membership archives also. But man, it's gonna be like hard since YouTube, you know, was like ordering it like around the time it got like released, and then when you like download it in your driver, it's like ordered by like the name, not by like the date, you know, when it's got like uploaded. It's kind of like you have like to go into every single YouTube stream, you know. Okay, it's a stream on this date, on this time, and then you have also that. Like I didn't went like this far, but at the very least there's a big community, and then everyone does their part there on like supporting each other. They did like something of a timeline, something of a timestamp. Like everyone has, like I think like almost everyone has like a timestamper also. I especially like that if there's like an ASMR stream or like a karaoke stream, you know, starts around there and then around here she sings this song, something like that. Yeah, babe. And I flip it. When you flip it, it's like where you've noticed the most mistakes done. So how long are we in? Not 1 hour. Not 1 hour. Okay, fine. This is good. But yeah, the symmetry is like not quite ideal. Maybe... I can't do that even. Dame desu. Okay, now I'm back to the drawing parts where I'm like looking more into that. Yeah, something like that. Like turning a little bit around here and there. But yeah, regarding my Oshis, I said like Ame, right? I also like Vespa, Grandpa Noir. Very much. He was like pretty much the reason why I like sticked like to watching mostly Holostars and right currently, or like Holostars in general. It's like with I do like, for example, like Justice and like Advent as well, but man, Vespa Noir, Grandpa, he made me realize how important Pro Energy is, and also like Axel and everything. But I did realize after like Magni and like Grandpa graduated, you know, man, like the content fell like a little bit off from like Tempest's side. They did carry a lot, like the synergy and everything. Like Altair's like pretty cool, as long as there's like someone else in the room, like I think. Like he's the kind of like guy similar to like Dino from Katekyo Hitman Reborn, you know? He's like really capable, really buff, really cool. As long as someone, as like one friend, one of his gang is like behind him, like watching him. But once his teammates are like not there anymore, he like sucks ass. He's like a boy failure and everything. Like can't even like, you know, be worthy of the title of boss. Always need someone around him. When I like watch Altair's like solo streams, I do like have the feeling he's really nerfed. But once he's like together with Axel, or like with the other boys, even like with Dokibet or so, then he truly shines. Like even with Kobo or so, he truly shines. Like he's good, like he's like really good entertainer with like someone, but alone not so much, I have the feeling. But still, you know, I do like appreciate like that the fanbase like pretty supportive still, you know. Even if there's like this kind of weakness I do see in his entertainment kind of thing. But I don't like see about the future, you know. I think like there's like nothing bad about him, you know. When you have like weakness and you have like your team members like in a party, you know, like in an RPG, like cover your weakness as well. I do like things like Judge Magni there. And then yeah. Altair, where are your legs? And then, you know, and then, oh, you know, something like that. Can't wait to see HoloAN Gen 5 debut. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to like keep up with everyone there. If it's gonna be more. I think like, we could always expect like every 2 years, you know? But the gap between Advent and like Justice was way too fast. Like from the release schedule, you know. Usually like it's always every 2 years, you know, like quality over quantity, not like with Niji-Santi for example. I do like some of the JP VTubers there, but man, chill please, you know. Don't release like every 3 months, you know, every season like a new wave or so. Please give us time. I need to adjust, you know. So yeah, I kind of like appreciated like the slower time schedule, you know. Like can't wait for in 5. Yeah, I think like a lot of fans can share the sentiments, you know. I expect like good things from them, you know. Can't wait. I wanna watch your future with great interest, but still, please give me time, you know. Please give me time. first I wanna see my children, you know, grow up like healthily, and like watch their progress before I can move on and like, you know, make the next child and then like watch their progress, you know. Please give me time, you know. We can't like go back to back like, you know, with a new kid, you know. Like I think like husband and wife will have like, I think especially the wife will have like enough, no matter how good you are in bed. But I think also like the husband will have enough because, okay, we have so many kids now, I have to spend more money, more time, you know. I have to like get a second job. No, you know, please give me time, you know. Once the child is like, you know, 18, you know, can like work, sustain themselves, you know, then we can like move on, you know, something like that. Like in terms of like talents, whole life, it takes like not so much time as like with real children, but still, you know, you get what I mean? Like the debuts with like Hololive Staff, HoloAN, Hololive Announcer. It's like not so bad, I must like say. They're not really talents, you know, they're just like another face, you know, and a voice as well, you know. Usually when we have like Gorilla Money, or like nowadays like Tora Money, or like Axel and like Altair, they have like a face, you know, they have a name, but then they say like a voice, you know. Like when they're like in the same room, Axel cooking, you know, like webcam stream, then they would like be really aware to not say a word, something like that. To like not dox them or whatever, you know. Like not only like in appearance but also in voice. Because they're not really like talents in that sense, right? But like with the holo announcers, you know, it's like, I'm not really sure, but they said like something along the lines, yeah, that they probably will get like, live 2D. But first of all, I suppose, what's dependent on, not like my Japanese is not good enough like to understand everything there, but I think like if they're successful enough, then they can like get that live 2D, maybe a 3D, you know. And then this would like make the news reporting a lot more authentic, right? New stuff are so cute. Yeah, they are so cute. We can make a religion with that. Their loves are like really adorable. Like we have Nakirium, right? Like with Ayame-chan, Ojo. We would like call her Ojo, like the fanbase would call her Ojo. We have also already Nakirium, and yeah. Then we have Michirium. I don't know like what the abbreviation like for Sayaka's ones is, but man. It's like healing, you know. And it's kind of like nice to see she likes ASMR, me too, you know. If she like would release one, I'm dead. I buy your entire stock. Oh gosh, I have like the kind of image in mind, you know, like with JonTron when this thing comes like in with like, I buy your entire stock, and then the whole face deforms or whatever. Hihihi-chan. Yeah. But I do like this is that they are not really a clone of each other, like, you know. They're like really different from each other. Like Ihihi-chan, she likes like spicy stuff, beer, you know, and basketball, something like that, you know. While Sayaka, she's more into sweet stuff. She likes like sweet stuff, while Ihihi-chan is like more into savory. Like kinda, you know, There's like this kind of contrast already. The kind of personality. And I feel like with every stream they do, like announcing, I get to know more about them, you know. Sayaka was like pretty nervous. She just had like you know, and then okay, let's talk a little bit, you know, to like process my feelings at onigiri. What did you all have, you know? And then yeah, something like that. Drinking a lot of water, but she likes sweet stuff, so there I saw like fan out of flair like here with cola also, but yeah. But man, that's not enough, I think, so gonna try a little bit more. I'm gonna like my art style, some people like say it's cute, but also I think it's like more the derpy side, you know. Why like VTuber talents, you know, like idol talents are like say-so and everything, you know, you see them as say-so and they're like the ideal. They can sing, dance, and they're like cool, cute also. When you're on stream, you know, when you watch their streams, their live, they can be like, you know, there's like the thing which is like being memed on like Yago, you know. There was this interview and then, okay, what is whole life? And when he was like, oh, they're like AKB47, you know, like kind of like an idol group, you know. They're like idols, like his stream. Yago's stream. And then they're not really idols, they're like comedians, you know, they're like war criminals, they like do the heinous stuff. They have psychopaths and they're like Sisei, Aski, you know, war criminals like Pecora and there, and then Yago streams are like that, you know. Then we have like this smiley Yago, you know, we do like a lot of edits on, or like this one where he's like sitting on a bench like Keanu Reeves and he looks like sad, you know. And then we edit like those crying tears on his face, and yeah, something like that. But and then yeah, I imagine it as like this little dwarfs, gremlins, and they have like this derpy face and be like you know, but also like acting very cute, and then gives us a reason to watch them. True, you got this, yeah, true. So this is like how I think they are. But with the stuff son, can't like see the derpy side really yet. With Nodoka there was like this one shorts, you know, YouTube shorts where, I don't know, where she went like, you know, where she sang like bidi badi booba, you know, like Suisei's like song when she danced, and then holy crap, that's the height of the real idols, you know, from us. Stuffs are actually are the real idols, you know, something like that. Like when Yago streams are getting rude, you know, then it's like, okay, fine, we'll do it ourselves, and then I bring like Stuffsan in, and actually A-chan had like skills, talents, Nodoka too, you know, and then we have like the potential for Stuffsan. They're so say-so, you know, they're already like, you know, they have like this checkmark that's already done. Like, that they have like this kind of say-so, kind of aura already, right? They bring that with them. But yeah, it's just a matter of time if like actually Yago has to be like, okay, fine, I do it myself, you know. And the Stuffsan, you know, like HoloLive announcer might be like one of his backup plans, you know, emergency. Would be like interesting to imagine, you know. But they have good ideas. They have good ideas. When you're already asking, wow, where did they find these people, you know? Yeah, they have really good scouts, I must like say. They have good scouts. There was like last year or like 2 years ago like this problem with like Nichi Sanji there. And now that we kind of like did some like VTubers, you know, who cover like those kind of stuff, you know, they dug a little bit deeper, and then the issue like regarding scouting has been like for a long time, like for Niji Sanji's side, like JP's side even, you know, they brought like someone in who's like has kind of a bad reputation, you know, potentially criminal, and then like this guy got like terminated within like 1 week or so, 1 month or so, something like that, and they don't do proper research, something like that, right? Like something like a good scout headhunter is like really important there. And Hololive is like pretty good in that. I don't know like what they do there, you know. They find the right people, you know, but for some reason they synergize with each other, you know, like Myth, for example, or like the Armis boys, the Holo Stars. Like it just clicks with them. At the same time, they don't really do drama. Maybe it might be like the control they have there as well, you know, with the managers as well. Making sure they don't get into trouble. Gonna get myself some water, man. I've been like 1 hour in, more than an hour, 1 hour. Let me get some water and give me a moment. Okay, you heard that, right? Alright. Arise. So I just deposited my bottle of water, Po'o'owa'a, onto the PC desk and then it made this bang noise also. Yago's the ultimate idol for me. Yeah, Yago's best girl. I do like it when the talents are using him, you know, for like their stream content. I like it, for example, like when Hololive Gen 5, Holo 5, like debuted. Nowadays we call them like, what do you call them? Nipolabo, Nene, Polka, Lami, Botan, Nipolabo, right? But I knew them as Holo 5 when, for example, like they were supposed to be 5. I like, for example, like in Polka's debut that she used like, she shared like a voice clip audio from like Yago or so. And it showed like something cute about like Yago, like how he lost, you know. I think it was like something in the context of like that, or like food or some like snacks or so. And then she or her or like Yago were like thankful. Don't really remember like quite clear. It was like 2020. Yeah, it was like 2020, like around the fall 2020. Yeah, something like that. This was like one of the things I kind of like, or like in Haka's debut when he came like in, introduced himself as like Holo Stars English, you know, and then but I'm speaking Spanish, you know, and I kinda keep this whole thing in Spanish, and then knock on the door, and then Yago was like there, you know, and then you gonna speak English this stream, you know, and then would like bitch slap him, and he's like, oh, you know, and it was like also like a quite a good bit, you know, and I do like Yago's like kind of mindset regarding the memes, you know, like he is giving us the free pass on like doing whatever we want with his you know, with him. Even like encourages, you know, like allows like the talents like to do the same as well. Pretty nice, pretty based. And it also, I don't know, but like shows something really mature as well. It's like kind of the silent acknowledgement, you know? Just let your kids like do whatever they want. And these are married men as well, you know? There was like kind of a photo when they saw like the ring and then he's like, oh, he married, you know? No, I can't marry him, you know, something like that, you know? But actually, I always see this as W, like when like some people I like Maya are already have like some insignificant others, you know, when they already have like this kind of happiness in their life. Some are like really parasocial, I suppose, you know. Be like, no, my oil must be untouched and everything. But I, for myself, I don't really mind. The GP, some GP don't really mind either, you know, when they have like a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, you know, when they're straight, not like Yuri or so. The thing is like, you know, when you go, for example, in Asia or so, you know, and you have like friends, you know, Asian friends that are a little bit on the older side, be like, hey, are you, you know, and then they go like to the kid or so, whatever, and be like, hey, are you married already? No, what are you doing? You know, or like, do you have a girlfriend already? No, I don't have a girlfriend. What's wrong with you kids nowadays, you know? Something like that. And I have somewhat like, you know, I don't really have quite the same mindset, but at the same time I do like think, yeah, you're already this famous, you're at this age, you know, do you have a girlfriend? No? What the hell are you doing? You know? But yeah, at the same time, the thing is like having a relationship takes a lot of time away, and this can halt your momentum if you're like trying to reach a certain goal. Like even children, kids, you know, family, like when you even go this far, you know, it takes a lot of your time away, and you won't be able to like fulfill your dream anymore. Also, takes like a hard grind. It took like for PewDiePie, for example, a long while. And then he got what he wanted. Now he is he's a dad, you know. He's happy. Does his job whenever he wants, you know, like not job, but like he does like YouTube whenever he wants, you know. And like it's like for fun, you know, not like feel obligated to do something. But whenever you do, you know, you like feel like it, then your audience can also see that you feel like it and that you are like an element and have fun. And it's like what we here for, I suppose, you know, like about your happiness, of slice of happiness. And yeah, more or less, I think it's more or less like when I like watch like the holo streams, you know. It also depends on me, like if I have time. I can't like be like those hardcore fans with the Oshis, you know, be like watch every single stream there. For me, my case, when I had my Oshis, you know, I did try, but if I cannot, then I watch a VOD, you know. Unless they nuked it, then it's like, and I have to like to rely on the fan base, of course. Hey, have anyone like recorded that, you know? And then yeah, and then I get like gone to DM and okay, don't chat with anyone, and then they drop me like a, I don't know, 30 gigabyte like a file, and then oh gosh. But yeah, it's like that. It really is like with Noah Oji, like with Grandpa, the Grandpire. I watched like every single Satsudan stream, but if it came like to this gaming stream like Outer Wilds, then I took like a step back because I want to play the game myself at some point. I don't want to get spoiled, you know. Something like that. If it's like a game where it doesn't really matter to be spoiled, you know, if it's just like something like HoloCure, you know, like a little bit arcade-ish, you know. When no issues were like coming in, or if I already completed it myself, but if it's like something new, it's like really story heavy, you know. And has like, you know, many routes, many decisions you can do. But I prefer like, you know, maybe play it myself if I'm interested, you know. Maybe like, man, this game's like on the trends right now, like really popular, like Silksong, you know, then I'm gonna play it myself first. To be honest, I do like, for example, like Ina, for example. I watched her HoloLive gameplay before I actually like played it myself, you know. But it has been like, instead like 5 years. And I played like this year like HoloLive, finished that, like, and I didn't really got spoiled. I think I did forgot like the story stuff like for the most part. But the streams were like quite something. I do remember like where she was like in the White Palace, and then there was like this kind of hiccup, you know, with stream delay, where she was like 50 minutes in the future. And then we couldn't like really interact with her. There was like something like that. Like a time machine. And then at some point she would like end the stream. But then it would like cut off for us in the same moment. Like she was like still there climbing in the White Palace, and on her side she was already done when it ended the stream. It's like, no, you know. But yeah, I guess if I gonna rewatch the VOD, you know, I think it's all restored. I don't know. But just like in the heat of the moment, it was like kind of a tragedy. I did try to like watch every single stream there. But then at some one point when like Kali was like playing Omori, and I was like, okay, let me play the game first and then I can watch her. And from there on my streak like ended, I think, like around there. I don't know when the Omori stream was actually. But I do know that the bright mind behind Omori did actually watch Kali's playthrough, you know, and when she completed it, then the bright mind behind Omori actually made fan art, you know, of like Kali, and then like with Kel, her favorite boy there. And this was like some really wonderful fan art. It shows like how Omocat, you know, Omocat, how much range their art style has, you know. Omocat, by the way, is also like, is also a VTuber model now and everything. Pretty cool. And supports like Holo Pro, you know, like with the clothing merch shop. I haven't like bought anything myself yet, but I do know of a friend who like has the KFP like stuff there. It looks really dope. It's like some trip. When I go like to anime convention, for example, I do see them too. And man, it's really good fashion. It doesn't like scream into your face weep stuff, you know. It just looks, it's like really inconspicuous, you know. And if you know, you know, right? And then maybe you have like your first kind of thing. Oh, you're wearing the KFP stuff too? Me too, you know? You have the Myth merch. Yeah, me too. Holy crap. And then you can like start a conversation like that, you know, without like, you know, being like cringe in front of like a normie or so. Because like really conspicuous. To be honest, I do like merch like that. That is like not, that's like more inconspicuous, you know? Or have like some usages, you know. I still have like a little bit of the HoloLive merch, you know. let's say like from Ami, when it was like her birthday 2023, 2022 maybe, and there was like this kind of t-shirt, you know, with like the illustration from Angry Numb. It was like the one with like the manga kind of art style, with like the scratchy ink style there. It was like pretty clean. And I don't really have opportunities to like wear that. I wore like once for like a Smash tournament, and then afterwards I kept it at home, you know, like where it's safe. Like I'm not really sure, you know, if I'm gonna wash that, is the illustration on that gonna take damage? I'm like kind of like you know, I'm gonna, you know, have that in safety. Some have like their shrines and everything, when they have like a neat way to like decorate the shrine, but man. But I'm just a normal guy, you know. I do my best what I can, but without being too... Like I do art, that's like one thing I can like do. Currently my challenge is like to try every single Holo Pro member. You see like Aokun there, like GG, but I have like drawn in the past like a lot more. And still haven't uploaded everything. Sometimes I do forget uploading. I also do not like the kind of progress on like manual uploading, to be honest. I do like the schedule, but then you can't do it on multiple platforms, sadly. Like multi-streaming, yeah, you can multi-stream, but you can't like multi-post like with social media, sadly. Maybe you can, but I haven't like found like the method yet, you know. At least it's like not really like well known. Multi-streaming is like a little bit more known by like the streamer base. Okay, but yeah, let me see. Is the line width okay? Sometimes I do think for some parts it's a little bit too rough on some places, but yeah. It's just a rhetorical question, it's like a question to myself, I would like say. Not really asking you guys, since I'm like I'm the captain, you know? I'm the captain on the ship. I should like know where things like go. Sometimes I do like talking about the art stuff when I'm like stream. Not like only about random topics that come into my mind. Are like more or less related to what I draw. Like when you do art stream, you know, then sometimes you can expect that there's gonna be art talk. But yeah, when I'm gonna talk explicitly about art, sometimes I do like fall into the pitfall of like AI, and then I'm gonna rant about AI, you know, something like that. What I can like say is it can't copy my style. At least it can't like copy that kind of cute and derpy vibe, really. It doesn't really work. It has a lot of trouble of like with chibi art styles. I'm sure it can like master it at some point, but right now I'm like kind of safe. But other humans can, you know. I do like, for example, like with Dragon Ball, you know, this kind of fan art, you know, they would always, like a lot of people, a lot of mangaka, you know, aspiring artists, they would like take this one panel, this one manga page from Dragon Ball, where it was like Goku and Vegeta, you know, like when they fight each other on planet Earth. This was like when Frieza, when like the Saiyajins come toward Earth and then you know, want to destroy Earth or so. Or like something like in the terms of like they want to find out what happened with Raditz. I think something like that. And then they fight like Goku and the Z warriors or something like that. And then when it came like to the part of like, hey, let's hide somewhere safe, you know, let's hide somewhere empty. This I mean, by the way. they went like to the empty place, and then there was like this kind of panel where like not panel but like manga page of like Vegeta with the high crown, and then he looks like down on like Goku, and Goku's like looking upwards to him or something like that. This manga page. And I see like a lot of like fan art of that with this manga page there. This was, by the way, like high crown Vegeta looking down on Goku. It was like nighttime. There was like the moon up, so not like full moon yet, but like half moon or something ish. No. I say like moon, but the moon's destroyed there. Yeah. It's like with the night sky, with like the stars, and it looked really nice. And then there would be like a lot of variations, like Murata Sensei, like the One Punch Man artist there for the manga version, not the web manga, but like the more modern version. Yeah, let's say that. There's like fan art of that, for example, and it's not exactly quite in this style, you know. It's like just I draw this page, I take this page as a reference, but like I draw my style, something like that. And I kinda like those kind of things, you know, like with fake pieces of reference. But there was also the Sailor Moon drawing trend, you know. Yeah, there was like this one frame in like the anime, and then everyone would like draw it in their style. Man, I like that. But there was the Jack O challenge, you know. Okay, not the Jack off, Jack O, you know, like where they do like the pose, you know, like with the legs spread out. You know, they stand on one leg and they spread like the other leg out, so that's like a 90-degree thing. But I think like the current art trend we had, like with Frieren, you know, this one angle, I think like is the most I like this one the most, I think, since it has like something wholesome as a background, you know, or lore-wise. There's like something wholesome about that one. Like just a beginner artist, you know, and already going from like level 1 to level 100, like going like for really difficult angles, you know. A beginner artist should not even like, you know, why are you like even bothering with that? It's like really difficult, and you know, the result look funny. And then a lot of people, you know, they did their own attempt, even like give like some advice there, and yeah, there's something really cool about the art community. This was kind of wholesome. While the other kind of art trends didn't really have this kind of backstory, you know. A lesson in like internet culture. While there are like memes about like things we dislike, you know, just so to like put more salt in the wound, I do welcome things of like wholesome nature. Sometimes the world deserves to burn, but sometimes, you know, we can accept like a little bit of sunshine there, right? In our lives. And it's been like pretty, it's like always sometimes like rare to like actually get something good out of internet. Like with all the wildfire that can like happen there and here and there. Reddit, for example. But this came out of Reddit, by the way. Like a little bit of sunshine and wholesomeness. And yeah, pretty nice. Yeah, by the way, I say like sunshine and everything, but Hololive also like helped me out of a slump. Actually made me like pick up a job, you know, like write an application, you know, make the first step. I did like a lot of applications, failed here and there, but then at some point I got accepted for like a company who are like helping me with like getting a job or something like that. And then yeah. And I did a lot of different things. I did a lot of different jobs. Like sometimes like the company sends me to another company who only needs like some kind of helping hands, you know, for like about few months. And then I would be like there temporarily. And then once this contract is over, the company who helps me to get other jobs, you know, is like sending me to the next guy, the next company, something like that. And I did like a lot of different things. And met like a lot of different people. But let's say if you do like really good there, this kind of job, you know, then you can like, you can have a full-time job there, you know, not be there temporarily. So I like kept doing my best. But yeah, there are like some things I like learned as well. I think like Hololive is like really good there, I think. From the outside it seems like they're not your typical Japanese company, you know. While they like are strict with their rules, you know, rules are rules after all, they do have something, it seems like something humane about them, you know, that they're not like number monkeys and like about, you know, profit and everything. That they actually care about their talents. There were like some mistakes they have done, you know, but they learn, it seems, and apply that. So much so that like every time I got like asked like an holo talk by Kira, you know, what is Hololive to you, you know? And for most part, family, you know. There was this family meme as well. Like with Dwayne Rock, you know, The Rock, right? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. It's almost their family, you know. Okay, let me color then. I'm like 90 minutes in. I should like actually be done already. I could like be done already by now, but yeah, gonna keep the talk up. So include the colors and then she will be more recognizable. One day I'll draw her. Not in chibi form. But I don't know when. Maybe like when they get a live 2D? Let's say when I'm already done with my challenge. Like, I try every single week, you know? And my current challenge is to try like every holo member. If I'm like think I'm done by that, then I can be more flexible. Then I can like adjust myself to like tropes, topics, trends or so. But now it's like kind of like hit or miss every single time when I post my art. If it actually like gets any attention. But at the same time, it's not really like life or death for me, you know? When we talk like about number monkey and stuff. There's like something really interesting about like the psychology, you know? Of like people who like pay attention to like numbers, you know, how it affects their mood. They can decide about their mental state, you know. I was like that back in the days, I think. I was aware of that, but it still like fell for it, you know. But yeah, nowadays I'm just happy if just like one guy wanted like the art, you know. When I get like at least like one guy into the YouTube chat and be like, yeah, let's go, you're my first chatter, you know, something like that. Oh, let's go, you're my second one, you know, something like that. But yeah, it's a small number, but gonna let's celebrate like the small steps, you know. Usually like, I would only celebrate when I made it like, when I'm like done, you know. Once I'm like, have like everything, you know. Not like only celebrate the smaller ones, but actually when you like did the big thing, which was like more difficult to obtain. But I think for the morale, you know, it's like really like better to like, you know, especially if you're a team, like to like track every like step and be like, wow, let's go, we made a lot of progress this time. We already have like 5 out of 10 things done. Let's go, push further. Oh man, we're already to the almost to the finishing line. Let's push. I do like think in a team, having like a kind of motivator like that is always like nice to have. Like, if there's like someone who like talks everyone down, oh man, you suck, we can't do that, it's impossible, then it does like rub you off in this wrong way, right? Like I have like better like someone around me who can like boost my morale. It does motivate me. But man, Asian parents can be pretty worse than that, I must like say. They don't really motivate you, they roast you, and you kinda hate them, you know? Yeah, hiya. Why you crying? You boy, why you crying? You weak. You pussy. Whatever. They do like roast them a lot. I like laughing, you know, but I do know of the pain, I suppose. I did experience. So yeah, someone like someone who's like motivated is like pretty good to have around. I wonder like how they do that. Maybe it's like just because of the member of the team, or maybe like a manager, you know. Could be like a mix of both. But even like those people who are like known as class clowns, even they need like help, you know. Since they have like also like things like you know, like when we say as a gamer, you know, like parameters, they have like some kind of like bar they can also like deplete, you know. You also have to take care of those people. Like the jester in the group gathers battle, right? But it seems like Akka and like Leon are like the ones who like bring in the energy. And you know, when there's like the thing about battle, like fan art, you know, he looks really good, you know. He's handsome. Like Senzaki Sensei, did a really good job. Handsome. Pretty hot, I'd say. But when, you know, the person is just like some kind of boy failure, it's like the way he presents himself, and he has this kind of humor that's like more spontaneous, you know, like improvised and spontaneous. He's pretty good at that. And then people draw him like from his hot side, you know. No, draw me as a boy failure, I'm just like some kind of pig, you know, and something like that. But when I also like see fan art who like a little bit of a lore thing, and then he's just like the fool, you know, he's like the jester, the fool kind of guy, the class clown, and then has like his deep moments there, you know, he's being looked down upon, and then like feel the blues. And actually there's like, you know, like even like if like those people who like do comedian thing and everything stand up, and so things are like also like going down, something's like going down into them. Of course I don't think that's like the case with Battle that much, he seems like really mentally strong, but it's like sometimes, you know, when the fan artists are like cooking, yeah, I think I get what you mean, you know. I think there was like this one artist, you know, fan artist who is like somewhat like getting really influenced by like Fujimoto sensei style, you know, like the artist from like the mangaka behind Chainsaw Man. And this is like a master in like paneling. Good influence, I would say, for that kind of thing. Okay, just base colors for now. I'm gonna do a little bit more. I wonder who I draw next. Maybe Holo Starsboy again? Since with like JP and EN, I'm like done for the most part. Most I say. Maybe I go there's like this loop between like boy and girl. Until like there are no girls left. I need to draw. I think I still like can't draw Crony. I can't draw like Mizumiyasu. Botan I already drew in the past. Lamy as well. Polka, yes. I drew Aloe, yes. Like some of the graduated ones. Oh, there was like Hitomi Chris, right? Gen 0. But we never heard her story really. Does it really count? I don't know. They couldn't like debut in the first place? Like no, not debut, everything was wiped. I don't know what was up with that one. I did like watch a little bit of stuff, but it's like too little information. But yeah. Well, let's take like as reference like some other artists, you know, like when they draw like every holo, when they like something, I drew every holo life member, and then I'm gonna take this as reference, I suppose, what they consider as like I drew everyone. I suppose I do that. It's like safe, I suppose. It's not quite accurate, you know, but it would be the safe move. I can add my details to the hair, I suppose. I'm not really good at like that with like a color, I must like say. I'm really basic there. I'm beginner artist, self-proclaimed, by the way. But yeah, regarding like Hololive streams, Holo Pro streams, I watched like recently like Gorilla Satsudan from like Shinri, you know, and I do like listening to Satsudans, I don't know. And with what random stuff they can like come up, you know. They're like things that are like established, you know, like with if you like ever have to fight heroes or so, you know. Like that their name like says everything. Like Spider-Man, you know? He does like spider stuff, you know, like shooting like strings and everything. The Flash. It's like the one guy who, you know, is like pretty fast, or it's like he does something flashy, right? Even like if you think about One Punch Man, you know, One Punch Man, okay, he defeats in one punch, okay. There's like the Terror Cyborg or so, you know, then okay, you're a cyborg, you do like this thing, you're Metal Knight, you have like some metal things, right? Like Watchdog Man, okay, you're a dog. But what if you like ever encounter like a hero who's like called Testicles, you know? Then probably his power is like something connected to like that. And if you're like a man, you know, you have testicles, you know? And then I don't wanna deal with that, you know? I don't wanna know what his ability is, you know? Something about that. And suppose like, you know, Shinri would like wear to rob a bank and then Testicles comes up, you know? And he would immediately surrender. He wouldn't, you know, not gonna fuck around, you know? Not gonna F around to like find out what the hell his power is, you know? When his name's like this, then probably his power is related to that as well. And, and then how do you counter that even, you know? Like, how do you anticipate his power, you know? What does he do? Is it like in a kilometer range, you know? Like 5 kilometer range where he can like, you know, can attack anyone? Or does he have to think about him, you know? My left hand for one, and my right hand for one. And then twist. You know? How do you counter that? But yeah, if you're gonna like, you know, if he's gonna grab one and then twist it, then you can in theory like counteract that, you know, like if you're gonna turn yourself with the twist, you know, like when you like open, like try to like open like a class of like with like pickles, you know. Like there's water and there are like pickles in that, you know, and if you like try to open the glass, you know, the lid, you know, of the pickled cucumbers, you know, then the cucumbers are like not turning with your movement, you know, it's just like the glass itself. I think if you wanna like counteract like things like a twist, you know, on the crab tentacles, you're gonna move yourself with that. Would be like the counterplay to like survive that. If you didn't, it's just skill issue. And yeah, it's like a thing you can like only find in certain streamers and like with Satsudans, you know, the random talks. It's just such a treasure, you know. It gives like some kind of love and like dots here and there, and like, yeah. Actually, even if you could kind of anticipate what their ability is, you know, is it still worth it, you know? When you're in prison and be like, yeah, bro, I tried to rob a bank and then the Flash came. What about you? Testicles appeared and he got me. You know. What do you even do, you know? Like, even if you know like how to counter like the testicle twist, you know? The nut crusher. You had to sacrifice one of your balls, you know? If like he was like turning with left hand like in one direction, with the right hand in a different direction, you know? Like the opposite. You have to sacrifice one of your nuts. Oh crap. But yeah, the moral of the story, you know? Don't mess with testicles if you ever encounter a hero like that. I think even One Punch Man might have difficulties to counteract that, right? Saitama. How do you win against that even? But yeah, Noah Oji's Vespa stories would also be like really crazy. Like he shared like, for example, like he had like 2 stories at hand where he got like stabbed. And he would only share like one of those. And what? You got stabbed twice and you're still alive? What the hell happened? Please tell the story, you know? This is like the kind of like treasure like you can like find there. And even if they like just talk about stuff they enjoy, they like, you know, like their passion. You hear that when they're passionate, you know. Even that is like fine enough for me, like to listen to. I wish like for some members like to just like, you know, be more relaxed, be more open, you know, share a little bit more about them. But yeah, especially like when people are like new, they're like in the honeymoon kind of thing. It can be like overlooked, you know, like from the viewers. I still like want to know more about Altair, but man, Satsudan wise, it's like not easy with him. What I kind of enjoyed, like one Satsudan I kind of enjoyed from him was like when he had like a vacation in Japan, or like after he like visited like Magni there, like they had an offline collab. And then afterwards, he had like something to talk about, but if it comes about random talk, it's a little bit difficult, I think. Like, I suppose. I do like am aware of his weaknesses. Since I like watch him every now and then. Which is like not so bad, I must like say. But man, I like his voice work, I must. When they had like the RPG kind of thing, you know, like Tempest. He played like some kind of turtle palette, and then you had like especially Tempest's voice. But there was also like a thing like Kobo and like him, you know, they would like hang out a lot, like brother and sister kind of, and they had also like kind of a moment there like with where they played around with the voices, you know. He would like do Zhongli from like Genshin, like actually say English voice. While Kobo would like do this kind of Jiangxi girl, you know, but in Japanese also. And then they would like play around, and it's like kind of like nice there. Back and forth. I would like love for him like to do more collabs. And like with Arc Raiders, that's like nowadays like a thing. It's like pretty nice like to get something in that regard. I think this might be like Arc Raiders, you know, might be like thing I gonna watch instead of like play myself. I was like kind of thinking this was a free-to-play game, you know, with like multiplayer, but when I actually like saw that on Steam, you know, 40 euro, 40 bucks, oh, okay, maybe not, I gonna just watch instead, I suppose. Some people like say it's pretty fun. It's really fun. Extraction shooter. Technically, there's like a thing where you can pay to get in-game currency, but you can also farm it and then, yeah, just farm it, you know? There's like this kind of thing that you either work for your rewards, that you can like pay for like in-game stuff, or you go like, oh, let's do the shortcut, you know? They have a little bit of the choice, you know? And this can be like, okay, this can be like good. But then, what I heard like from other streamer, indie streamer, Casper Catacini, that Arc Raiders is like developed by Nexon. And there are like some stories with Nexon and Maple Story and everything, you know? That they're not necessarily like the best company to have your game entrusted to, like your favorite game. I like wonder, you know? Like hearing that. Since Blue Archive, which is like my main gacha, is also like Nexon. Published by Nexon. And they have also like a say in like what can be in the game, what not. Like regarding like age restriction or like character design, for example. How spicy can it be? So yeah, and this is also like a live service game, so, and I think like the Asians, they sure understand a lot more about like live service games, you know, if you look like at things like Arknights, Azulane, Weoverse games in general, you know, or like Psy games, what they do like with Shadowverse, Princess Connect is like not alive anymore, but like just we take like Western examples, you know, like games that made it like globally. And yeah, this would be like games I can think about. And it's just pretty good, you know. It's not like those badly made like cash grab mobile games. With like all the pop-ups and everything. Inviting you to buy, you know. They just leave you alone there. In the with like the Far East, like with their games, which I appreciate. A lot of gamers appreciate that, I suppose. But it's just like a pretty nice thing when like finally like FPS game, you know, is like not that bad as a live service anymore, you know. Like a lot of Western companies like tried something like that, and the gamers, you know, they would speak with their wallet by not paying, you know. But yeah, I'm like almost done. I think like I'm gonna add a little bit of something there. It's like with the toothpick thing, you know. One toothpick changes everything, and then yeah. I don't know like what I can do there. Let's not forget the blushes. Facial blush. But yeah, the next time I'm gonna draw her. Gonna not be in the style. Since this is cute, yes, but it's too derpy. You know? Not like this kind of anime girl vibes, you know. It's not like this vibes kind of where they're like shy and hide behind a wall or whatever, you know. It's just like somewhat derpy. But also cute. It's just like them being children, kind of, you know, in a sense. But Staffs never showed themselves for like from a childish, entertaining kind of side, you know. They are pretty professional. But it gets incredible, you know, that they can switch up, you know, like the idols, right? Like when they're on stage and like when they're on stream, they can switch it up, you know. They do like no wins work time. It's like kind of like admirable, you know, like pretty cool. They can switch off and off. Maybe it takes a little bit of time for some of them, but overall, you know, there's like this kind of image already manifested. That, for example, go like to Hololive concert, you know, like 3D one, that you can expect like something good there. Setting expectations. Oh man, I still enjoyed the moment when like I got like to see the 3D from like HoloMyth, for example, when they like appeared like first in HoloFest, you know. This was where they actually made their 3D debut, but it was like behind a paywall, of course. I watched it on a stream ticket. It was like quite magical, you know. Like supporting them all these years, and when they're finally on stage, on 3D, it was like really rewarding as a HoloMyth enjoyer to like witness this moment. We still like say Myth 5 ever, you know? Forever 5? Something like that. But yeah, there are not many active anymore, but still it was like a golden age, I must like say. It had to come eventually. Now we like treasure what we have right now and support like what's gonna come next, I suppose. The thing is like, they showed Holo English can be successful, and with that they can have like more gens afterwards, you know, who can carry for them. I suppose, like, you know, passing the torch like to the next one. In a sense, you can like see gradations like that, I suppose. It might be like sad, but there's still like more out there who can like continue the job they have like been doing for a long time, you know. And it was like hard work, I suppose. Can look in a positive way. So I'm gonna keep that simple here. I can't like do much with the effects, but I can do something. It's like with the toothpick thing, you know. One toothpick changes everything. I'm gonna keep it simplistic. And then, yeah, leave it at that. I wonder who I draw next from the boys. Oh, who do I draw next? Because this will be all for now with like Hanazona Sayaka today. Thank you for watching the progress if you had. And if you're like listening, you know, you can now take a look and see like the completed I would like say, you know, I'm gonna call it quits here for now, there. But for next time, not really sure who I draw next. I drew like a lot of them who are like still active. I think like Tenma I haven't drawn yet. I remember like one collab stream where he learned like slang from Hakka. Something like fire, let's freaking go. No, something like, we are so back, let's freaking go! Yeah, I think something like that, yeah. Tenma, Kishido Tenma, I haven't drawn yet. Kanade Izuru. From the Uproar Boys, I haven't drawn Uyu. I haven't drawn Ryo. That's not a lot I haven't drawn yet. I mean, there's maybe like this Kendo guy. Who was like there in the very beginning when graduated. Yeah, they're not really many. I think like about, yeah, it's really like 5 members that I like have like to draw. Now 6. There's like Baka as well. And then from JP and EN side, Crony. There is Hachama already did it, yes. Oh man, I think like, I don't know, if I'm gonna log in, I could do this year, but if I do the weekly schedule, I might be like somewhere done like around February or so. But yeah, I think like next week is gonna be Hololive Stars. Probably JP. I'm gonna save my Haka up for last, I suppose. But yeah, in any case, thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening to my yap. I wish you all a nice rest of the day, even a good night. Whatever time zone in the world you all are. With that, I'm gonna say bye bye.